So me personally, if someone come to me and say, oh, they look up to me and they're looking for guidance and stuff like that, that that would give me a drive and that boost and be like, oh, somebody actually like look up to me and be like, okay. So at the end of the day, you can't fail them because you had leaders or people that you look up to that didn't fail you. So you having someone that look up to you, you fail them now, that's gonna be like a big embarrassment, and you don't want that. So like, if someone come to me and say that, I would gladly, I would, I would be so happy, bro. You don't even understand. Because me personally, I like to see people elevate. I like to see people do good. So I'm not gonna know that I got something to benefit somebody for them to elevate, and I keep it to myself. Because if I'm winning, I want you to win too. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying, bro?
I
'Cause
think a lot of people want to win, uh, but the problem is a lot of people do not know how to win. A lot of
true.
people lack the motivation. What is one thing you would tell them to give them that motivation that they're looking for?
So as I was saying, as I was gonna get back to it, I was gonna like have that one-on-one conversation. I'll be like, okay, at the end of the day, we still giving each other respect, but forget like about the uniform. Like we talking like on a human perspective, one on one. Like, because a lot of time people feel like when you're in a uniform, you probably would be. I wouldn't want to say stuck up, but it's just like they
Convince.
would feel like okay, you just in your ways when you're in a uniform. But like when they know that you're really into the conversation or into their interest and how or you want to help them get better, they probably be more comfortable and everything will flow better. So I would talk to them like I know, one-on-one perspective and be like trying to understand like how they was raised, how they went about stuff before they got in the army, stuff like that. Because if you trying to give somebody advice of stuff that they never did before, it's gonna be even harder. So if they never went through it, no, you got to give them steps of how to accomplish that. So you got to actually know their background before you could actually like give them a certain advice. Because if you don't know, they just give them advice and then they're not gonna know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? So like if I found out how that person is, or they was raised and stuff like that, I'll just let them know that okay, this is all you would go about. So the second thing I would ask them is like, what is it that they really want to accomplish? What they want to, what's their goals in the army? What's the stuff you want to get? And if they're lost right there, then I would try to give them some stuff to think about. You know, you're young in the army, stuff like that. You're gonna want to focus on development, how to get better, how to rank up. You got to focus on, and not just the army perspective. What if the army you decide, okay, you want to do the army no more? You got to be successful on the civilian side. Like, how is your credit score? How to build your credit score? How to get a higher credit score? How to like be a successful product of the society. So it's just that it's two ways of how to groom and develop a soldier. Because you could just there talk about army all day, but then when they come out the army in the civilian world, they still could use most of the stuff from the army. But like how they gonna know about building a credit score, how they gonna know about saving, how they gonna know about all these stuff to be successful on their own. So it's just like you got to talk to them in two aspects, in two sided. When you flip this, the coin is two sides. So you got to like have balance it out and talk to them on both sides. So it's just that it's picking someone brain, and just see like how they think, ask them some questions, and then see where that lead to, and then you really could go from there. But one of the biggest thing I would always tell people is just that be yourself first, because if you try to like be somebody else or be like everything that they're doing, nothing is wrong. Because you always have to be a follower before you could be a leader. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people feel like being a follower is wrong. No, it's not, because you following somebody else, following all the stuff that they're doing good, stuff like that, you could put it to your own way and tweak it and be and do like your own leadership style or go about stuff different. So you have to be a follower first to be a good leader. So it's just that it's a lot of stuff that you could help them with. I would always tell them like be true to themselves, bro. The
Yeah, that is
moment you do
true.
that, it's just like everything else will fall into place, and they just got to be locked in. Whatever goal you set out, you just got to go for it, bro.
Yeah, but do you think there's like too much distractions nowadays with social
Oh yeah,
media and all the stuff?
yeah. That really you could see that affecting a lot of people, whether army wise or civilian, because no, a lot of people don't understand what you see in the media is what you see in the media. They put out what they want to feed you with. You don't know what's going on in behind closed door. You don't know what they got to go through. You don't know. You don't know what they're doing. They're just giving you the end product on the internet to make everything look good. But a lot of time, people don't have that mindset. They see the end product and think, okay, everything going good for them, or it's easy. And then now everybody want to be like what they see on the internet. Like, um,
But
people you see like people making all this money, they be like, okay, I want to do that too. You don't know what they're doing. You don't know what they're doing to get that money. You just see all the money, but what are they doing?
and
You know what I'm saying?
they don't really know if they really got the money.
That's what I'm
It,
saying.
it,
You
it's
don't know what
easy
they do to get the money. Yeah, so a lot of people they don't even got a plan A and a plan B. You know what I'm saying? And
too.
then
That's
at the
true.
end of the day, they're looking at what this person doing and okay, I want to live like this person. I want to, but you see them having all these cars, you see them having all these gadgets and stuff. But what are they doing to get it? You don't know that.
Yeah.
I feel like
Or you don't know
in
how
our
they
world,
started.
go ahead,
Some
bro.
they don't know how they got started either. You know, because
Hmm.
like you said, you see the end product, but you don't know the beginning, or you don't really know the reality.
Yeah,
That
and I feel like in life, everybody got the pack cut off for them. It's just you gotta find what works for you. You know what I'm saying?
true.
Because it's the same thing like most of these athletes, they ain't just born and be like, okay, I'm gonna be this big soccer player. I'm gonna be this big football player. You know, they ain't just get up and be like, okay, yeah, this is what cut off for me. They just fell in love with something and they work on it and be like, okay, I got the talent, so why not use it? So I feel like a lot of people got a hidden talent, they just gotta like unlock it and like step out of the comfort zone and really find it. And then
Yep.
you never know. You could be that athlete or that rapper that you think you want to be like or whoever it is. Like whoever you look up to, you probably got a hidden talent you don't know about. You just gotta find it. But a lot of people don't want to fail. That's so they don't want to step out of the comfort zone. They want to stay. They want to stay exactly there, and they don't know that being in your comfort zone will have you being stagnant. It's like you got to step out and you got to fail. You have to fail in life to use it as a stepping stone or a motivation to be like, okay, all right, I failed at this. The only way to get better is just
You don't
like
learn anything
improvement,
if you don't
you
fail.
know?
Yeah, you don't learn
So it's just
anything if you
like,
don't fail. And
yeah, bro.
people, yeah, just like I said, people are afraid to fail, but you're not going to grow. You're not going to learn if you don't fail. You have to fail to know what not to do.
Yeah. It's just part of life. Like
Yeah,
if everybody life would be perfect if life came with instructions, and it definitely didn't come with instructions, so you just got to learn on the fly. It's just like a lot of people feel like people is perfect and they know everything, but it's not just that. They read and they also fail, and they're talking off what they experience. So it's a lot of times it's all experience, so
yeah.
a lot of people don't know that. So a lot of people like they will look at stuff and be like, okay, why you have all that? Why you do this? Why you do that? They also put it in the work, and they also failed at first because all these guys that's rapping and stuff like that, they didn't just blow up overnight. They failed. Like it took them a while. Like they make music, people don't listen to it. They got to keep working, and then eventually they accepted them and be like, okay, this person is so determined. He's getting better, stuff like that. So a lot of people still see the end product and they don't look at all the other stuff that the groundwork that was put in before. They just look at all the success It's the same thing with all these athletes. It's like they didn't just get up and be that great. They still have to train every day. They still have to like make mistakes and be
Consistency.
like, okay, next year this gonna be my goal. I'm gonna do this stuff like that. They still have to train. They still have to do all this. So you can't just see them scoring all these goals and making all this money and be like, okay, that's what I want to do. Without you seeing the work they had to put in to get there. So it's just like a lot of people they don't like think outside the box or at least find some people that will like motivate them. They like to look at like some other like people that be like, okay, it's nothing beneficial to you really. It's just like they're just saying some nonsense, you just run with it.
And
So I just
that's
feel like a lot of people got to pick their crowd.
that's how I think social media is brainwashing people because, look, like you said, they see the end product, they don't really know the hard work.
Hmm.
I don't think you can succeed without consistency. Consistency. You have to be consistent. You have to
Yeah.
repeat because you're gonna fail. When you fail, you just don't move and try something else. You have to if that is what you really want to do. Let's say, for example, an athlete, then you have to be consistent. That this
Hmm.
coach may not want you, but if you get feedback from the coach, or you keep practicing like the moves that you miss, or your weaknesses, at some point you're going to succeed. But it takes consistency for people to do that, and that's what I see that we lack in those young people now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Most
They, don't-
definitely.
they just want to succeed without doing the hard work.